wheelhouse. Thought I'd just take a little picture of the lake. You can see my boat down there. See if I can move a little bit. I need to get the detailer out. I haven't really taken the boat out because it's so cold on the lake right now, but it's my little jacuzzi. It's my lake. Yeah. Okay, check this out. These are recent trades, okay? This is all cloud ribbon trading on the 1 hour, okay? Very recent. Here's dates, okay? So 2/20, so just, very recent, okay? Last week, today, this kind of thing. So check it out. Okay. I'll go slow. And just so you know, these are closed trades. These are profits that have been taken. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, and I'll send you another video of currently open. These are ones that were open today, and they're just still going. Now, all the ones that I was losing money on or turned, I already sold at a loss, so they don't show up in here. But these are the ones that I've left open because they're either still in a blue cloud or a red cloud on the hourly. Okay.
That is going to make them a secondary that's going to undermine standards of living and their productivity as an economy.
Okay, what up with the wheelhouse? My name is Chris. This is Wheelhouse Trading, and welcome. Okay, so I just showed you a couple, trades that were, momentum trading. I'm not doing, standard classic type of trading in this market, and the way that I've been doing it has been highly successful. I have specific indicators, specific settings, specific entries, specific exits, keeps my win rate high. I'm constantly trading, I'm constantly clicking through charts and taking profit as things turn on like a middle time frame, like the 1 hour. And I showed you my backyard. And I'm going to show you in the Discord, which the description, the link to the Discord is in the description of this video. I'm going to show you some trade alerts that I had made, and so you can see kind of how that works. And then we're going to look through some of those charts. We'll look through the indexes, of course, and talk about the rally and the bounce and what I think, and whether it goes up or down. I'm going to ride it directionally. I'm going to ride it up. I'm going to ride it down. I'm not just going to hold through it. There are some things that I had bought, but I momentum traded it, like wheat and gold, and killed it on those. It exited. I'm going to re-enter. I just flow with the market. I'm an active trader. I move fast. I'm non-emotional, and that is very successful for me in a market like this. I can get in, I can get out, I can take my profit, and so we'll go through all those charts. So first, let's take a look at the Dow here. And sorry, I don't have all my settings on there. Sorry, let me fix that real quick. Just noticed. Okay, so all right, so we're still, we're definitely making lower highs. We had a little bit of a rally last couple of days, which was wonderful. Very, very happy. If I'm short and that happens because I'm on a low time frame in my indicators, I've been short for a few days and highly profitable, and it starts turning, I exit, take my profit, and then when I get the entry signal, I enter and I roll that up. So, made a lot of money down, made a lot of money up. Made a lot of money going up here, a lot of money going down here, up here, down here, up here, down here, ton of money in here. Up here, down here, made a lot of money in there too. And now I'm long on just about a bunch of things. The way the market works is, if you've noticed, pretty much when everything starts coming down, everything comes down and it goes down really fast. And then when it changes, everything goes up and it goes up really fast. That's momentum, okay? Momentum to the downside, momentum to the upside. I use specific parameters, indicators, and entries and exits that keep me in line. They keep my emotions from making a mistake, my psychology from making a mistake, and I follow that system, which has a high win rate. So we had a rally, which was kind of crazy that we broke this support because, you know, when I showed you the linear regression and the deviations, let's see if we just pull that up real quick for us. Let's see here. Okay, so and it's changed, you know, it's changed because some time has gone by, but you can see that the regression line, the median, came right basically up to this pivot and right at the axis of the two primary trends, which is interesting. And then when you were 3 deviations down, it had come down to the pivot point, and we actually went further than that, which I guess is not that big of a surprise to me because if you know markets, everything is exaggerated. Everything is an overreaction to the upside and the downside, and then the mean, which is usually the 200 or this regression line in the middle, is you know, the pendulum will go up to hopium and excitement, and you know, it'll come back down to like fear. I'm throwing in the towel. I give up, and it'll kind of revert back to this line, the mean, and the 200 I use a lot. So you know, we came past the 3rd deviation line. And we also made a lower leg on this W, which I can talk about. There's a difference between a W that has a higher leg and a difference between a W that has a lower leg, and then the success rate and length of time and the amount of time a bull run will have depending on this first leg and if it's lower or higher, okay? You typically, and they're both good. They're both good. There's 2 schools of thought on that. That's maybe for a whole nother video. Or maybe I make well, I think that's already in the courses. But that's a different video. But they're both good. I'll just leave it like that so we can kind of stay on track here. Yeah, we did fall below the deviation. This first leg, it came all the way down to the pivot low of May 19th. Or sorry, this is the Dow. I was thinking of the NASDAQ. This pivot low of June 18th, which I remember that day. It was pretty, you know, a pretty rough day, and it came all the way down there, pivoted, came up back into the primary and above the regression, got rejected. It came all the way down. I thought it would bounce here. Actually, I thought the rally was going to show up a day before, but this Ukraine and Russia thing is, you know, has everybody, you know, really tense of what's going to happen with that. And you know, here we are a few days later. I hadn't made a video for a few days, but sorry, my cat's over there playing soccer with he's the rubber thing on the ground. She likes to hang out down here. She used to hang out and watch all the screens flashing, but now she just wakes up and she kind of like lays down over there, and then she wakes up and she wants to play and stuff. But she's cute. Her name is Stock Kitty, but her real name is Lotus. And yeah, so back to the Dow here. So let's take out this linear regression real quick, and you have this W, which I thought was going to bounce off this line. It came a little bit further, which was pretty crazy. I mean, you really hit like some great stocks that like not only hit 52-week highs, like even with or 52-week lows, excuse me, over in here, but came way further. I mean, so if you had that buy and hold mentality and you wanted something like Palantir at $9.90, I mean, and you're going to hold it for a long time, or another really low one that it's just on the top of my head would be DraftKings. That one got wrecked. I mean, but you know, DraftKings is not going away, and it's just a company I personally really like. SoFi, I mean, gosh, that SoFi. We'll take a look at the charts. SoFi went down dramatically. So I mean, those were like some pretty good deals. I'm never really trying to just buy and hold forever, because the market has a way of taking your money away from you. And so I just like to be on the middle time frame and ride momentum a specific way, and which I can teach you. If you're tired of losing money and you want to literally learn a system that works and that will keep you on track. Okay, keep your emotions at bay, keep your money going up. Get in the Discord, come and talk to me. You don't have to pay to come in the Discord. You can meet other people. You can ask about the courses. You can ask about me. You can ask about the trade alerts and the Wheelhouse Wednesdays and the private coaching and all that stuff. And if you want to upgrade, go to Start Here and go to subscriptions. It's $99 a month, okay, which is super worth it. But right now I have, if you go to the annual instead of the $1,200 a month, it's actually $665. Just put in the code Green Lights, capital G, all one word, okay? Now, also, if you want some free stocks, I have my link to Webull down below, and they have Amazon fractional shares, they have Apple, they have Ford, they have a whole bunch of stuff in there, which is really cool too. So back to the Dow. It makes a lower, over exaggerated to the downside run, and then it rallies back. And it rallies back right when Biden is, sorry, I have allergies to the cat. I love my cat, but that's why I'm always like, like my eyes are watering, my nose, because the cat hair is like everywhere. I've been allergic to cats since I was a little kid, and all the women in my life, they just love cats. I have a 90% rule where basically I let my girlfriends, they can 90% of the time, they can get away with whatever they want, but 10% it's non-negotiable. So I'm a music person, so when it comes to like, I'm going to play guitar, I'm going to DJ, like step off. That's my 10%. Like they're just things like that. And, part of the having the cats thing is the 90%. They get the cats and I get the allergies. So my nose is itchy. Like it's hard to breathe. My eyes water. But I love this cat, she's cute. She wants to come and say hi. So Lotus, you want to say hi to everybody? You want to say hi to everybody? Look at the little bear. That's little Lolo. Mwah. She's good. She's just playing soccer. I get these little things and it's in this package, and then I throw the little rubber cap, and she likes to go. There's a ping pong table here, which I'm going to put a pool table in, but she wants to, she likes to play with that rubber thing and kick it around the room, and then she'll go back and take a nap. But yeah, so I mean, look, is this a rally that we can trust? No, you can't trust anything in the market. I'm just going to tell you straight up. You have to roll with the market. Like when wheat is hot, you roll wheat. You make a ton of money. When it turns and it's not in favor for the day, get out. Same with energy, same with coal, same with everything, palladium. But overall, will those be good? Yeah, because you're in an inflationary environment. So definitely keep them in the watch list or run them on momentum trades. Now, we had 2 really good days. I had closed my shorts, opened a bunch of longs, made alerts on those, and these are momentum candles. So there was 2 big days, even though it just shows 1. But you can see this wick sell down in there too. See the blue wick that came down right there. So we'll see what happens. I do feel that there is a rally coming. And in the last couple videos I had explained, when something comes down like this hard, there's going to be a rally just naturally. I mean, people are always going to say to themselves, man, that price is low. It's good value. I like that stock. I'm going to buy some more. I mean, and then that type of value mentality will stabilize a sector or industry group. And then, when there's that momentum, the traders will come in and expand the volume. And then, even institutions will jump in on that momentum as well. And, a lot of people directionally trade like I do. A lot of people do. So, yeah, I mean, it doesn't surprise me. I mean, things can't go down forever and things can't go up forever. There has to be a reversion to the mean. There has to be kind of a balance, and, this went down really hard. So I would expect a few days of green. And, a lot of it's going to, based on hope, and a lot's based on fear and euphoria and fear. And that's going to have a lot to do with, what happens, with trade and sanctions and Russia, Ukraine. And then, of course, the big daddy in the room is inflation. And I think a lot of the reason why we got the rally, I'm pretty sure about it, is that when Biden, came out at his press conference and he addressed the sanctions on Russia, that allows institutions and big funds to kind of, it takes away some uncertainty when people price in a 50-point basis hike, or maybe even a little bit more from the Fed coming up in March. and there's big inflation, and it might be harder to export certain materials and commodities. It allows them to say, well, we sold because we priced this in, and now we think it's actually only going to be a quarter point basis hike. Therefore, we can rally up a little bit. It's you got to understand the way the markets work is there's a consensus. I mean, like, the consensus is never wrong in the market. It's wrong like 0.1%. So if everybody, the consensus is that it's going to go down, well, it's, the market it'll show up in the momentum, it'll show up in the trend, it'll show up in the indexes, and everything gets priced in and discounted in for futures, and so when the sanctions come out and they're like, whoa, we maybe overreacted thinking it was a 50% or 50 basis point hike. Well, now it's a quarter point consensus, so we're going to rally up a little bit, and this becomes the fair market value. I do think there's going to be a little bit more of a rally. It'll be interesting to see if it rejects off the Dow, off the 200 here on the Dow. What you're really looking for, essentially, and this is a process, it's going to take time. Right now, you have major distribution. You have hit some pretty big lows. You got 70% of the S&P is under the 200. The value price to earnings are way more in line than they were, and at some point the market will stabilize. Now, the main goal is, even if it goes up and down and up and down and up, the main goal is to be making those higher highs and make its way back up to here. Okay, so is this the bottom? I mean, I don't think anybody knows, but what I'll tell you is, technically, if you're going to buy to go long, you want to be doing it off these pivots. This is a good place to buy. Then you go through some pain, and then you buy more. And it goes up and it comes down, you buy more. It goes up and it comes down, you buy more. And you scale into strength, but off the bottom pivots. And those are good technical areas, because the amount from here to here is pretty large on the indexes and even bigger on the stocks. So I'm seeing bullish signs coming in on the indicators, which is really good. And let's just take a look real quick at the SPY. Same thing. SPY kind of, it's got a lot of similarities. So that's what I was saying is when everything kind of goes down, it all goes down together. When it comes up, it goes up together. Right now, the algorithms are not set like they were. They were in a real market momentum. So when everything, would make a red candle, everything would make a red candle in crypto and stocks. Now the industries are decoupling from each other. You're getting some sector independence, and that's really good. I really like that. Because you can get back to the old way of thinking, which is like fundamentally driven, company driven. You could, start thinking in terms like that, which is wonderful. This that we went through is good for a guy like me. Well, I'm good at either in any market because I have a playbook for every market, and I understand fundamentals, I understand technicals. But this was a technical, market that we've gone through, and I've used it to my advantage. I use everything to my advantage that people worry about. If people are worried about inflation, I use it to my advantage. I buy coal, energy, wheat. If people are worried about interest rates, well, I'll buy financials. If people are worried about Jerome Powell, and I know it's going to be extreme, I have a watch list set to go short and long, and because there's going to be extreme momentum. If they don't like what he's saying in the consensus, I will short a bunch of stuff and I'll make a ton of money. And then I'll exit. And if it's extreme to the bull side, then I'll have a watch list and I'll jump in heavy and I'll make a bunch on the bull side. So I directionally trade. And, I use all that fear to my advantage. That's the SPY. Same thing as the Dow. We don't need to go through it, nitpick it all together. I do think that, we'll probably get a little rally, maybe a couple days, maybe even a week. I just don't know. But overall, I'm not convinced that we're just going to skyrocket to the moon. But I do think if you're long or want to stay long, that there's some good technical pivots for you to think about. I'm going to momentum trade. It is by far the most profitable thing I've ever seen. There is no book that I've ever read that does it the way that I do it. I truly think I've discovered something. I'm at a point where if I can't get more people in the Discord to subscribe that I can teach, I really am thinking about joining the World Trading Championship. next year, and then having a book and showing everybody, because I'm already up 200% in the first 7 weeks. Okay, that is outstanding numbers, guys. It's outstanding. So, yeah, I mean, I really want to teach you guys. I have something very special. Remember, I rewrote all the settings for the probability system. I have identified certain things that I see in the charts. I have a specific way and specific settings that I do everything, and it truly, truly keeps you on track with a super high win rate. And it's really about you just trusting it, entering exactly as you're supposed to, and exiting when you're supposed to. I'll show you. I'll show you a crypto one I did yesterday. I made an alert. I bought a bunch, and just a few hours later, I said sell all of it, and then I showed everybody how much I made on every one of them. I made profit on all of them, like 10 of them or something, 8, 10. I don't know. We'll look. So I do think we got a rally, which is due. I also think that when Jerome Powell, this is just an opinion, I don't know. I also think when Jerome Powell does come out, that day is going to be a rally day, actually. I know everybody's scared, but I actually think that it's going to be a quarter basis point hike, which everybody should have have stomached already, okay? You got to understand thing about inflation. Like, yeah, inflation is not going away right away, okay? It's going to take some time. Getting the genie in the bottle is not going to happen with little quarter point basis hikes. But what will happen is, if you bring a lot of if you outsource a lot of your jobs to like China, okay, for manufacturing, well, that's going to keep deflation down. If you want to build back better and you want to have a lot of jobs in the US, that naturally is going to make inflation higher, but that's also going to do a lot of other positive things, like, yes, it'll make inflation higher in the US, but it'll also like make our GDP and our export business and trade a lot higher as well. It'll also accelerate the velocity of spending because there's more money here in America. So you got to look at everything, and like I say, like, to understand the stock market, you have to understand the economy, okay? And a lot can happen out of nowhere in the market. So that's why the way that I trade is so successful, because it doesn't matter what happens in Russia and Kyiv. It doesn't matter what the interest rates are. It doesn't matter what they say on the news. It just doesn't matter. All that matters is understanding the technical analysis and the momentum and how to enter and how to exit, and knowing that if you keep your position size similar, which I do, I'm at a pretty specific number for all my trades right now, and I just keep it that way, well, then, the profitability is in the high, 7, 8, 9 out of 10 trades are going green. So let's take a look at some of the alerts I made from Friday, and let's just take a look at some of the stocks, and then we'll look at them in the charts, and let's take a look at some of the cryptos, and then you can even see the timestamp of how soon it was that I exited all of them, and then of course I'll show you the profits from those as well. Okay, so now that we've looked at that, you can see, like, it would be beneficial to be in the Discord and get those trade alerts, which, if you just want the trade alerts, which is the Padawan tier, it's only $49 a month. I mean, you could just literally follow my trades, and I can handhold you into buying and selling and buying and selling, and, that might help you. So I'm just trying to stack chips. I'm just trying to make a bunch of money. And I do think the economy is going to have some tough times coming up. I do know a lot about this particular topic, and I'm just going to momentum trade and directionally trade, and not, oh no, I'm losing money on my longs. No, I've already exited and taken my profit on my longs because the direction changed, and vice versa. So let's take a look at some of the let's look at some of the ones that I just showed you. So okay, so we got Square. Okay, now let's go over here to the hourly where I'm actually trading. And so what I'm looking at when I get in here is, I'm looking for, it's best if you have your ribbons and your cloud and you're above the 200, and, right there, the ribbon changes a little more dangerous. You're not around there 200, but, the momentum was there in the overall market, and boom, grabbed it. Okay. Grin is shipping, and it is marine shipping. Okay. So in the ocean, and, I love this chart. And even if you go to the daily, look, it's just gorgeous. It's just, look at this uptrend. So shipping, commodities, specific sectors, like when I know that 41% of all palladium comes from Russia, and there's going to be sanctions, and there's already inflation, and palladium goes in cars, catalytic converters, and palladium goes in semiconductors. Well, yeah, I made a bunch of money shorting semiconductors, and then I closed them, and I ran them up a little bit too. I think I still might have one or two open. I think I have On Semiconductor and AMD. I did have Nvidia, but I closed it because I had an indicator that basically was like, yo, this not looking good. The volume is shrinking on it, and I pay attention to that. But yeah, this Grin is good. I mentioned in multiple videos. Another one, Starbolt Carriers. It's another transportation company. Transportation is one that you can be in. Energy, transportation, some commodities for longs. I bought wheat, I buy gold. I buy them, I close them. When you see these little red arrows, that means that I closed a trade. So I might have been in it, and then I closed it. And you see the blue one? The blue one's where I opened it. Okay, see it I didn't even know it pops up on there. Yeah, so I bought at 31.44. And that's what I do is I get out here before all this, and then boom, I buy more into strength, and I just on and on. That's how I do it. This is another one, Newport Energy. All right, so came down, bounced off the 200, showing strength. UDOW. So when the Dow goes up, I buy UDOW. When it goes down, sometimes I do both. I buy SDOW and I short UDOW. Sometimes I go heavy. But I move this one a lot. Like I do a lot of trades in and out on the indexes. So that would be the Dow, the NASDAQ, and the SPY. BTU, one of the Jedis gave me this. I was up a lot on it. Energy came down, so I went down quite a bit. But and I tried averaging down, but I shouldn't go against my normal methods. There is a way to average down that I'm doing, and I found that it is really, really good way to do it, because I don't like to average down unless it's technically. But as an example, like let's say you bought in here, you were in this blue cloud and you didn't get out right here. Well, you just got to wait it out, and the next time, see where the blue is right there where I bought. The next time that it makes a blue cloud, you average down. So go from here down to here and just buy right there, and then you're buying kind of technically into momentum, which gives you a better odd or opportunity to either get out of the trade or get to even and then profit. SPXL, that's basically the SPY going up. E mode, some momentum trade again. There's that cloud, just got the ribbon. Everything's looking good. Aluminum comes out of Russia. I had bought aluminum. One of the Jedis asked me, why would you buy aluminum on a day like this? And it was a day when it was like crashing. Here's my little buy. But even though it shows a blue candle, it was coming way down. And I was like, because it's been going up nonstop. It's been going up nonstop. And it was that day, basically. And you can see the little blue. You can see multiples because I buy a lot. But see right here, she had asked me, she's like, why you buy, when it's coming down? And I'm like, well, dude, it's in an uptrend and it's aluminum, and common sense tells me like aluminum's going to pop if Biden does sanctions. Well, Biden does sanctions, and still they have a lot of aluminum coming out of Russia, and boom, there you go. That's why I did it. Okay, got to use some common sense, guys. If palladium coming out of Russia is going to affect semiconductors, and it's going to affect the catalytic converters, which is going to affect inflation, and it's also going to hurt margins and scalability for the chip companies and on the CPI reports, because they can't do the catalytic converters. There's going to be a lot more used cars, which are going to be inflated, and all this stuff. I'm thinking ahead, and it's just the way, you got to understand the market and use some common sense. PayPal, I'm not trying to be in this long, but the momentum is there. BHP, another non-energy. That MP materials did really good too. So again, boom, big momentum. Aries, I like the momentum. Johnson and Johnson had a incredible momentum coming off of here. See how it just went blue right there? That's where I bought. So see how it just started going blue, and then that's where I bought the shares. Even though it was under the 200 and still red, I am truly momentum trading and paying attention to the overall market, because all green tides will lift boats just like all red tides will sink boats. So I use that to my advantage, guys. Now, oops. Okay, TQQQ means that the Nasdaq's going up, so I bet for that. Builder, I'm not even looking at fundamental. I know all these stocks, but I'm just literally doing a momentum trading. And then when it turns, like when this cloud goes red, I'm out, or maybe I'm looking at the indicators, which is even tighter for me to get out because of the specific settings that I rewrote in there. Enphase Energy. Big momentum. Lucid, there was some momentum I found on that one. That one just started. HCA, this one's actually quite bullish too, even to the daily. See this? I mean, this trend. And what I liked about it was coming out of a red ribbon with a lot of momentum. So I thought, I just grabbed that, and I did. Sorry, my camera's on my house. Oh, it must be Amazon. Somebody's out front dropping a package off. Ford, same thing, momentum. Sky Champion Corporation, momentum. On semiconductor. Semis have been getting wrecked for a specific reason, but NVIDIA and ON are leaders of the semiconductor industry, and I've been playing with this one called Rambus, RMBS as well. But I mean, great momentum. Pfizer, I keep an eye on a lot of things. Now this one looks like it might be coming down a little bit in the after hours, 20 cents. But there was a big healthcare push that I had noticed on Friday and even Thursday. AMD, same thing. Momentum. BTI, I bought it, made some money, and closed it. You see, I closed it right there. I didn't like the rejection on the 200, and that's British Tobacco. Great dividend yield, by the way. And consumer staples like Hormel and Arm & Hammer and British Tobacco, those are going to be good, safe, like defensive type plays for your portfolio if you're going to hold long. Me, I'm just trading it because I know a lot of people are going to be thinking in safe and defensive terms, so I'll ride that momentum. Okay, Upstart, yeah, I'm down a little bit, but I just picked it up, and you can make a lot of money with Upstart. I haven't been that lucky. By the time I get to Upstart, and when I'm clicking through, I get in a little late or get out a little late, and it's been hit or miss. I've made money on it sometimes. I've lost money on it sometimes. I don't know overall if I'm up or down, but yeah, I'm back in it again. SoFi, like I said, these prices are just super low, so we'll see where this goes. It's getting a little tight right here, but it's also getting tight here. So this is bullish, this is bearish. This coming down. This being tight, this actually turning at the top. There's some bearish signals that might come down a little more, but it had a positive day. AMTX, I mean, this is like, what a deal. This thing was down so freaking low. Look at this. This was down at 896, and you can see the blue arrow where I first grabbed it. And then, oh, it looks like I sold on the same day. And then I just re-entered over here, it looks like. So Playboy, this thing got knocked down really low. But yeah, great momentum on it, and up in the after hours. Cisco, another one that I saw some momentum on. This one, Next Era Energy Electric Utilities is running. It's a good one. JD.com, I found some momentum on that. However, I'm a little suspicious. I'd like to see what's going on, but look at my indicator bounce back, so that's a really good sign. NVIDIA, I closed the trade. I'm not open. I actually made an alert about it too. Although what I like about NVIDIA, let me just show you something. Well, I like a lot of things about NVIDIA. I mean, NVIDIA is like, for me, it's like a Tesla. Like it's a mandatory, like if you're going to be long. But what I like is that, okay, you're making this descending triangle, right? And you're making all these lower highs. And you came down, this is a major support off this previous base that was a major base. And, boom, there's your overreaction, came back up, rejected. Okay, a lot of people that are pros, what they do is they they'll use these symmetrical triangles and these descending triangles and ascending triangles. What they'll do is, as it's bouncing up and down, they'll go long and then go short to the bounce, long, and they'll ride that until it has a breakout or a breakdown, and then they'll go, a heavy short or heavy long. That's a little bit more advanced. That's more like pro level, but you can see, like, when it rejects here, people go short. And you can see that momentum in that cloud, and it overreacts, but it came back above quickly. Again, leaders, they're hard to hold down. It's like holding a basketball down underwater. But boom, it comes back down, rejects, down, rejects, down, overreaction, back up in the line. NVIDIA is coming to a decision, and this might be, and it's on the 200. This might be like that price. I thought 233 was the right price. And you can see I did get it right down here on this candle at 209. I think I got mine at like 220 something as well. And then I exited at the top over here. And it was coming down, but it looks like it is, to me, it looks like it's possibly going to be going back up Monday. We'll have to see. I really like NVIDIA. I mean, it's kind of a long-term one if I'm long. And I like to be long. I just can't be right now in this market. But DraftKings, okay. Rambus, that's the one I was telling you about. Rambus is the semiconductor. A lot of momentum on Rambus right now. Really like it. Look, you just got your blue ribbons. Good momentum. Above the 200. Marvell. I get in and out of Marvell all the time. I like this company. It's not really a trader stock, but it's one that I like because I always feel safer if you're going to trade a company that's a good company that's held in like a lot of mutual funds and a lot of institutions and has a lot of institutional support. I always feel a little bit more comfortable with like an ON Semiconductor or a Marvell. Facebook, I think I got in and out. Yeah, so I sold on this candle, and you could still be in it. I just got a little nervous. I see specific things. I like to play it tight. So if I have a lot of profit, I get out a specific way. If I just entered and have a little bit of profit, I play the tightest. So if I see something that I don't like on my chart, and I just have a little bit of profit, like a few $100, I'm gonna have to get out at level 1. There's 3 levels in my system. So level 1 would be like this really tight indicator. Level 2 might be like your cloud, and level 3 might be a ribbon. And it just depends on a lot of things, the evolution of the intraday market and where it's going and how things are moving, as well as what's going on behind the scenes on the indicators. Are they syncing up or not? And on Facebook, if I only have a little bit of profit, if I just entered and I'm only have $500 profit, it's not worth the risk to me if signal 1 is flashing like it's going to come down. Even if it did come down and then bounced up a little bit more, 30, 40, 50 cents later in the day, not worth it. But if I entered, say like down here on Facebook, and let's just grab Facebook while we're talking about. If I grabbed it, well, I did see the little blue arrow, so I grabbed it in here. It looks like I grabbed more of it, and then I sold right here. So I mean, that's profitable. Now, obviously, I'll feel more comfortable if this starts to widen, and you get some momentum to the upside, and it starts spreading your ribbons out, and it comes above the 200. I mean, this thing has gotten wrecked. So I mean, any price down in this area is going to be good if it starts showing bullish signals. Google has been wrecked, but Google, don't forget, Google's got that 20-to-1 split coming up. So good time to accumulate. Let's look at Google real quick on the daily. Yeah, W, pretty much a double bottom. Pretty equal right there. That's good. You can see I've been playing it buy. I'm in it. Just got in it. It's such an expensive stock. You can't buy like that much of it. But what I'm seeing is this thing's going to be going up now. All right, so that's good. And also, but sorry, back to Google. Notice how it didn't really get wrecked that bad. I mean, that's a true like leader. I mean, big uptrend. Yeah, it had some problems, but I mean, it didn't drop like some of the stocks have dropped. Let's put it that way. Microsoft. I mean, I think this is a really good deal down here by 300, guys. Snap. Snap's got a little momentum. We'll see where it goes. I might have to take an L on that one. I like this one. This is silver. So now I'm probably gonna have to exit this, but silver and gold, or you could pretty much be long on and not trip, especially in economic turmoil. I mean, they could definitely both go up for you. Excelsis Health and Technology. I really like the charts on this one. That's why I got this. Really like the charts. What I'm seeing. Look how bullish it's been. From these are hourly candles, so it's showed a lot of bullish strength. I like that. FCell super cheap. It's in the right sector. Grabbed a little bit. Disney, I like it, but I'm just worried that Disney is going to have a lot of problems on quarterly earnings moving forward. I'm a big Disney bull because I like Star Wars, I like Marvel, I like Disney, and from a business perspective, I mean they just got it going on. Like they have cruise ships and they, the parks, and I even saw on the TV they're building like a housing community. They also have hotels. So I really like Disney. They have a diversification, big nice moat. But at the same time, one of their big drivers is the subscription business. And like me, I won't unsubscribe to Disney, even though they don't have a lot on there. And I don't have little kids. I just think Disney's awesome myself, so I'm willing to pay for it myself. But a lot of people might get rid of subscriptions if there's a big recession or stagflation, or industries get hurt, or there's just more problems in the economy. Some of the first things to go might be subscriptions, and so that worries me with Disney. However, I like the price. I mean, and I love Disney. I mean, I like Disney like I like Nvidia and I like Tesla. And I mean, if you're gonna be long, if you're willing to stomach whatever happens, I think Disney's a wonderful company. What's this one? Palladium. So Palladium, looks like I bought it over in here. I'm down 19 cents, I guess. So yeah, I bought it in here and it came back down. And I probably saw that and didn't sell, just thinking that it's going to be coming back up with the inflation stuff. So we'll see. Gold, same thing as silver and palladium. It's just a commodity. I had wheat and the ticker was WEAT. Oh, crushed it on that one. I crushed it on that. Palantir, I'm not in the trade. There's something about Palantir. I really wanted at these numbers, but there's something going on with this stock technically that is like sketch. Like it wants to push, but it just can't break. And I don't like that. And I'm getting a lot of indecision on all time frames. So something to definitely think about. Now, let's see. Yeah. So, I mean, look, inflation's here to stay. So some of those commodities coming out of certain regions are going to go up, even if they had a couple down days. That's going to happen. Okay. Two, one of the things that I am following, watching, and concerned about is the real estate market. And I've said going months back that if the market first goes the Dow, it's a leading indicator, into a recession, and and then goes the real estate market. And I've expressed my concerns, and now the reports are showing some signals where prices are kind of flattening. They're topping. Peaking is a good word for it. So it's peaking. So values could start dropping. But I also know that there's like 7 million homes that need to be created against the demand, and demand will inflate. Inflation tends to inflate stocks, crypto, and real estate. So you have that. So it's kind of like a little mixed bag of pros and cons. So we'll kind of have to see. A lot's going to have to do with the economy, and a lot's going to have to do with inflation and how that's handled. So, I haven't said it for a while, but I will say it again, and I've said it in many videos. I think that some of the best investments that you could ever have, besides like health and family, would be number one would be real estate, and that would be residential, passive income, whether it be rentals and buildings, commercial, and then I do think that thematic things that come around once in a lifetime, that you're in that particular era, such as the EV revolution, go after the big one. And so I think Tesla's something to buy and hold and love and cherish and have forever, like real estate. And I think that Bitcoin and Ethereum are in that camp for me. And then there's a lot of other things that I really like, and those would be focused more on leaders and sectors and industry groups. But I'm going to leave it there. I know I didn't make a video for a few days. I have some personal things going on in my life that I'm just like doing and getting those things wrapped up, and I'll be making some more videos. But I do want to teach you how to be super profitable. I can teach you how to do that. Just click the link in the Discord. Come on in there. I mean, guys, like, $99 a month to learn how to make like a ton of money is crazy. And I can show you how to do it. And I would just do the annual, which doesn't benefit me as much, but it benefits you significantly. Just do the annual and put in that green lights code. And instead of 1200, it's like 660 or 665 or something. And you get everything. You get all the areas of the Discord. So you're in there with all the Jedis, and you get the trade alerts, you get the Wheelhouse Wednesdays, which is group trainings. Those are sick. And you get the courses. You get all the courses. And I'm going to be working on some more courses. And my courses are unique. They're really thought out, and they really like break it down to how it really works. Not like what you see on the news and from these other people. Like, I break it down like how the game is played. You want to win, you got to know the rules of the game. It's the only way you'll ever have a chance of winning. And you got to know the different strategies and the different ways to play each market. The markets rotate, they adjust, and your playbook needs to adjust accordingly. So I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching. My name is Chris, and welcome to the Wheelhouse.